Folks, for a long time on my channel, we've had the DA Wins, who comments on my Rome 2 videos for probably longer than I can remember. And he always used to just say that a whole army of Royal Peltasts is what you should bring. And I don't have a video with the whole army of Royal Peltasts, but specifically because of his love for Royal Peltasts, Hotel Soap graces us with a replay featuring our favorite of the Peltast, the Royal Peltast. So we've got 2 units of them. He's going to try and make them work here with the Seleucid army. They are covered by shield bearers and a silver shield pikeman, or sorry, silver shield pikes up front. Interesting potential combination there. Looks like Thurio spears in the front line, and they are covering Persian light archers, which are a nice skirmish component. And then some Eastern spears, and it looks like citizen cavalry. So those Royal Peltasts taking a toll on the overall army cost, having to go to the citizens instead of something like Numidians. So let's check out Pontus. Pontus is going to have Eastern slingers up front. That is going to be a pretty dangerous skirmish component. Behind them are mercenary Celtic warriors, and then in this line we're going to have Pontic swords, including the general. Woo! 3 units of Pontic Royal Cavalry. That is some pretty serious cavalry. And then there are 3 mercenary Scythian horse archers. So the Seleucids are going to have their work cut out for them from a skirmish standpoint. And from a melee standpoint, yeah, those Pontic swords are going to do pretty good against most things here. So the Seleucids, I think, are just going to have their work cut out for them. It's going to be a tough battle, I think. There's an extra archer here in the back that can do very nicely against the horse archers. That was a nice pick, and then there was a single light cavalry mixed into the citizen cavalry as well. So we'll just kind of see how this one plays out. A lot of javelins on the side, the Seleucids, and the Royal Peltasts are going to be pretty good in a melee if they can get in late and not get charged up. So the Silver Shield Pikes are going to have to do well here to justify their cost as well. Difficult units to make work, so it's impressive to see these here because it is also a risk for the Seleucids to take on for sure. Let's see, 150 range for all these skirmishers. So again, I recap this pretty frequently, but in case anybody's new, archers do their damage more quickly and with less armor piercing. If you are shooting at targets that have less armor, archers will do damage faster, though they'll run out of ammunition faster as well. They don't have shields, whereas slingers tend to come with shields. Shields of varying capability, all the way up to the Germanic slinger shields, which are absolutely obscene. So slingers will do their damage more slowly, but they get a little bit of missile protection, and they do more armor-piercing damage over time. So hopefully, again, I try and make this clear so that when you are watching these skirmishes, you have some idea of what the stakes are. So again, without a shield, I would expect the Persian light archers to take a lot of hits. However, the Persian light archers should be dealing more damage. So we're going to see a push of the cavalry to kind of put the slingers off position, make them maybe take some shots in the back. Looks like those shots fell short, though. Sometimes you can hit a unit in the back as it retreats. It's quite effective, especially if they have shields. These horse archers are about to make a mess of the back lines here, so there are some archers left to face them. This is a good idea. Some archers can put some pretty serious pain into horse archers pretty quickly. The Royal Peltasts could potentially try a javelin throw. They're going to want to keep their shields turned towards those horse archers, because if the horse archers get a cheeky shot, it's going to hurt. Nice job, though, there by that archer unit, pushing the Sarmatian horse archers out. Just that single unit there doing a really pretty solid work. Let's see, the Persian light archers look like they might try and move up and get just into engagement range again. Both players are sitting right on the edge of each other's skirmish range. Yeah, those Sarmatian horse archers happen to head elsewhere. The Eastern Spears doing a good job of absorbing some volleys here. And, I mean, like I said, if the horse archers shoot those, then it's better than having them shoot a more important unit. So that's what we can say about that. So another skirmish ensues here as the Eastern Slingers come under fire. Each unit that the archer kill, each entity, I should say, that the archers kill, they take their ammo with them. So that does make some difference, but it's the same for the archers. And right now the archers are losing, and just, I'm not surprised. Like I said, usually the slingers start off a little slower with their damage, and then it picks up as they start to chip away at hit points whenever that armor is completely ignored. Ooh, slingers are getting some decent shots into the citizen cavalry. And Pontus is playing pretty careful with their skirmishers, and it looks like that Sarmatian horse archer was able to be kind of regrouped with its comrades here. There is an archer unit waiting on them back here. The standard archer unit only has 125 range, but the horse archers only have 100 range. So, unless you're running with the Amazonian riders, which are the exception to that, I believe the only exception. Looks like the archers now kind of firing at the Celtic warriors. I don't know if that's just the fire at will or whether it's on purpose. You do have to be careful with the ammunition off of archers. Like I said, it can be gone through relatively quick. Let's fast forward a bit of the skirmish phase and just kind of see what happens. Looks like the archers kind of continuing to fire. Right now they're targeting the Celtic warriors. Again, maybe I'm going to assume it's intentional at this point, or else the fire at will been stopped. So maybe the Seleucids just figure if I can deal some pretty significant damage with the archers, it'll be worth it in the long run. We will see. This foot archer is having trouble keeping up with where the horse archers are now split and positioning further out to the flanks, looking for potential damage zones. Right now it's just Eastern spearmen, and that, I think, is a trade that I'm okay with if I'm the Seleucids. Yeah, a lot of damage to Pontic's sword over here, too. That's pretty good. But again, I mean, those slingers are going to need to be dealt with. Looks like the Seleucids making a push here, or at least moving forward. And I see the bow fire now seems to be focused back into the slingers. Let's see what the slingers are focused on. It looks like the archers at the moment. Eastern slingers are going to be pushed back. Here comes the initial engagements. The mercenary Celtic warriors are going to definitely do well against Thurio spears. This is not a fight for the Thurio spears. They really need to be just using their javelins. So I'd love to see the silver shields come and replace that Thurio spear, have it fall back and try and chuck some javelins or something. But of course, pikemen are going to be very vulnerable to skirmish fire. That Pontic sword is eating it. These Persian light archers are going to try and force that unit back over here. So we'll just kind of see how it goes. Initially, not bad here. Mercenary Celtic warrior falling apart. Thurio spears taking some damage, but they're combining with the silver shields at the moment. The silver shields, if they can pick up some kills quickly, this could be worth it. But as pikes do, their kills are not coming very quickly at the moment. There's a Pontic sword headed this way. It's going to feasibly take a lot of... Yeah, this is nice to protect the flank. You got to protect the flank of that silver shield pike. That pike unit's in a good position to do well at the moment, if they can keep its flank safe. And it does have another pike unit pushing in there. Both these pike units are picking up some quick kills. We'll just have to see. Royal Peltasts are trying to use their javelins, as they should. No need to rush that fight. Over here, this is going to be some trouble for the Seleucids. They just don't have the numbers. They're going to need those citizen cavalry to help maybe even that out. But there's also Pontic Royal Cav making its way towards the flank. The citizen cavalry and light cavalry is intercepting at the moment. Pontus is going to need some help here. They're in some pretty big trouble, I think. The Royal Peltasts here are trying to help protect this flank, help the pikeman. The pikeman has 50 kills. That is not bad at all. Oh man, the Silver Shield pikeman here just, along with the Royal Peltast, annihilating the Pontic general. So that's a pretty important play. Pontus, though, that Royal Cavalry is going to be potentially dangerous if it breaks through into the second tier. And I believe it will at some point. Plus, you have all the slingers left out here, and they can really quickly just annihilate these Royal Peltast and Silver Shields. And there's just not... this citizen cavalry, I feel like, really needs to cut through and pressure those slingers, even if it leaves their own backline open a little. I just don't know what kind of options the Seleucids have here. Silver Shield Pike is getting a lot of kills. It's kind of slowing down now, though, and that's not good. That kill... Oof, yeah, look at those slingers. Just those slingers are picking up massive value right now. Huge value. A Silver Shield Pike is very expensive. And then the Seleucid General here is up against two Pontic swords. And a Royal Peltast is a tough sword unit, but this is not going to be the fight that they want. Because they won't really shine here. They'll get a bunch of kills, but they'll also be killed. Pretty good job here. The Pontic Royal Cavalry is being fended off. Power bar is in favor of the Pontic player, and I believe it at the moment. I think the Seleucids have a numbers problem, and those slingers are a major issue right now. They're going to start just chewing through all this elite infantry in no time. Yeah, look at that Silver Shield Pike. It was doing so well, and then just got crushed. Yep, look, the infantry's just going to fall back and protect those slingers. Light cavalry getting into the slingers. That is good news for the Seleucids. They definitely need some good news right there. Battle rhythm, use the whip now wearing off, but these Royal Peltasts almost up to 100 kills, but again, numbers are not on their side. This Pontic Royal Cavalry is headed their way, and that's going to be trouble. This Silver Shield Pikeman is now going to suffer because of some of its inflexibility. This Royal Peltast doing pretty good, and that Light Cavalry, if it can get into another unit of these slingers, 2 of them maybe right here if it gets that charge, that could be big. And then the Pontic Royal Cavalry just got bogged down into a really long fight over here. But I don't think that Citizen Cavalry can hold them for too much longer. The Pontic General is in bad shape over here. He just took a rear charge from that Royal Cavalry. Still got 125 kills. It's an impressive performance considering it was outnumbered 2-1 there. I just don't think the Seleucids have enough numbers to pull this one off. It was a pretty valiant effort on their part, and fun use of the Royal Peltast and Silver Shield Pikes, which you just don't see that often. And honestly, both Silver Shield Pikes got a fair number of kills. Those slingers were just alive a little bit too long. I think if those slingers could somehow have been dealt with just a little bit sooner, I mean, even just a little bit sooner, and this one potentially goes to the Seleucids. That Royal Cavalry, though, is going to be absolutely brutal now at this stage of the game. That's still pretty nice kills on those pikemen. It won't ever show us value, unfortunately, in Rome 2, so it'll be hard, but you can look at the chevron to get some idea on value, and so if they pick up a chevron, it's probably not too far off on whether they helped pay for themselves. So anyway, GG. Hotel Soap was not able to pull off the Royal Peltast victory here, but I hope the DA wins. Got to enjoy seeing the Royal Peltast. I thought it was cool to see the Silver Shield Pikes here, and both of them did end up with the chevron. Same thing with the Peltast. It was honestly, I think, pretty well done there by Hotel Soap. That line of slingers was a problem, and it was difficult to get to them the way it was. A lot of things to deal with. Look at that one Scythian horse archer there, 235 kills. That is impressive. And that Pontic Royal Cavalry, it got bogged down for a long time, but it cut its way through, probably based on armor, and then was just able to continue getting the job done. But I think a pretty good job for the most part in dealing with the Pontic swords from the Seleucids. And again, certainly a non-insignificant number of kills for the elite infantry and the Seleucids. But hope you all enjoyed it. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I will see you all soon with some more action in Total War Rome 2.